Hello vinyl community, this is Randy, back tonight with another video. Tonight I'm going to do a thread that was suggested by Miss LadySoul. First of all, congratulations to Miss LadySoul for reaching 100 subscribers. She has suggested a thread in which we are asked to recognize or celebrate some artists that don't get viewed a lot in the vinyl community. So Unsung Heroes, I think maybe is what she called it. I am going to try and do that thread. So the person I've picked as an unsung hero in music that I've never seen on the vinyl community is Mundell Lowe. Mundell Lowe is a guitarist. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. He was born in Mississippi. He wound up in New Orleans. He was born in Mississippi in 1922. He wound up in New Orleans in like the late 30s. He served in World War II. After he got out of World War II, he moved to New York, so he got involved in music. Well, he was already involved in music from, I guess, being in New Orleans, so he moved to New York, and up there he worked in some of the clubs, Cafe Society, Village Vanguard, the Embers. You know, I was just not familiar with this person, but he worked with Billie Holiday, Lester Young, Charlie Parker, Charles Mingus. I tell you where I first heard of him was a video, actually just about I'm not even sure it was a whole month ago. Black Beans and Rice did a video about some music that he had been listening to, and he featured an album called After Hours by Sarah Vaughan, and he talked about how great the guitar work was on that, and she was backed up on that record, I guess, just by the guitar playing of Mundell Lowe and bass player George DeVivier. So the way he described it made it sound really good, so I wanted to check some of that out, and I did. It's classified as cool jazz. He's a guitarist. His work was recorded mostly in when he moved from New York to California in the late 50s, so yeah, it's just I would almost call it more like easy listening, really, than cool jazz. It's not. It's definitely not hard bop. It's not driving, but it's really good. So he was there in New York in the 50s. He ended up working on the Today Show. Actually, he was in a studio band with George DeVivier, the bass player from the Carmen McRae. Did I say Carmen McRae? I meant to say Sarah Vaughan. It was a Sarah Vaughan album, actually, that Black Beans and Rice mentioned. After Hours by Sarah Vaughan. And so then he moved to Los Angeles in the mid-60s. He started working a lot on television and in movies. He recorded that album with Sarah Vaughan. He recorded Bittersweet with Carmen McRae. He also worked with the Red Norvo Trio. He was in the Irby Green and his All-Stars. He recorded an album with Sammy Davis Jr. in 1958. I think it was just Sammy and Mundell playing guitar to accompany him. So he was working a lot in TV and movies there, and then in the 80s he found that he was just working too much in writing music and producing it, and he wanted to play more. So he got out of the film industry and just started touring and recording more. So anyway, I don't have a whole lot of music by Mundell Lowe, but I've really enjoyed all that I got. This is a record that was actually recorded in 1955. This is an OJC reprint from, I think, about 2000, well, I guess about 1991 maybe, or somewhere in there. So this is him with his quartet. So Ed Shaughnessy on drums. Those of you who are old enough will remember Ed Shaughnessy as the drummer on the Tonight Show Orchestra. And then also Dick Hyman plays piano and organ on here. The organ on here is, you can hear it right now. It's really not a Hammond B3, it's sort of a Wurlitzer sounding organ, so that's a little bit unusual. But Dick Hyman, very well-known jazz player. He had another record in 1956 called Guitar Moods. This is just a quartet. This is, I believe I actually have the original from 1956 that I sent off on Discogs for this, and it's a little bit noisy, but it plays okay. It's on this white Riverside label. There's a little jazz interlude for us. The last album I have by him is actually a recent reissue within the past few years. I just got it recently myself, but it's not that new, from Modern Harmonic, Blues for a Stripper. This is one he did the soundtrack for a movie that was called Satan in High Heels. Interesting, she's barefoot there on the cover. But Satan in High Heels was the name of the movie, but it really is very cool music on this soundtrack. So this is considered to be cool jazz, or like private eye jazz. But it's really cool. Listen to the people who play on this. You got George DeVivier on bass again, and Ed Shaughnessy, but on trumpet we have Clark Terry and Doc Severinsen. Trombone, we have Irby Green. We got Phil Woods on alto sax, Oliver Nelson, and Al Cohn on tenor sax. So it's really like an all-star lineup on this album. So that's it. Mundell Lowe is the unsung jazz guitarist that I want to bring to your attention. I think it's classified as cool jazz. It really is very, I would just about call it easy listening. It's very pleasant to listen to. And I want to thank Black Beans and Rice for turning me on to this artist. And also, congratulations to Miss LadySoul for 100 subscribers. Thanks for watching.